All of me, it's Migos and Possible Migos. My name is Taffrey16. Welcome back to another episode of Reading Your Comments, episode 195. It is Sunday or maybe Saturday. If you're watching this a day early on Patreon, for those who don't know, the Patrons have the option to watch these, as well as the reaction videos up to a day early, I should say, sometimes more. Recently, it's been a lot more than a day early for the Patrons for the reaction videos, so if that's something that interests you, seeing stuff a lot more than a day early. That's been the thing recently. You also get your name in the video description as well, but regardless of what day you're watching this on, let's go ahead and read some comments. Have you ever been suggested Catherine Tate's Nan's Christmas Carol for the Christmas month? It'd be a great thing for you to react to as the one-off special of guest stars you're familiar with. Okay, that could be something I could maybe look into. I always like to throw in something as a surprise instead of just the stuff I talk about. So, of course, it wouldn't be a surprise since I'm talking about it now, but people may not remember this 2 months from now, or may just not see this video, so maybe it will be. You're right, the BBC doesn't really repeat Red Dwarf anymore. They're actually showing a single episode tonight on October 23rd as part of their centenary celebrations. It's Quarantine, but they haven't really run a full season since '07. Dave runs repeats all times out of the BBC series, as well as the Dave ones. So many people have told me about the BBC not supporting the series for its run and not really care about it now. I still don't understand, though. Like, I just don't get it, because it seemed like a pretty damn successful show with a decent-sized fan base. I just don't get why they don't seem to give a shit about it. Would like to put a suggestion for Peter Pan Goes Wrong for the Christmas month. It's one of the funny things I've watched in a long time. You know, that's actually on the request list. Does that qualify as a Christmas thing? I actually didn't know that. Well, if it qualifies as a Christmas thing, then I could do it this Christmas. The amount of earnings I've made from YouTube videos can be a total mystery. I always wondered how to work out how much a video clip would make based off the amount of views, but apparently it's not that simple. Some clips with higher views make less money than clips with lower views. There's a lot of factors involved. Oh yeah, like watch time. Watch time is the biggest factor, really, but you put it very well. It just seems so random, and maybe it is. I mean, they say it's off watch time and stuff, but you never do know. One of my favorite times of the month is when Benidorm comes out and to have another episode in a couple days. Christmas come early. You know, I'm probably going to switch Benidorm to twice a month starting in January, because I got the last episode of Series 3 next month and then the Christmas special in December. But starting January, there's still like, what, 6 more series? So I'll probably switch it to twice a month starting in January. I was curious to know what the first song was during Magic's hallucinations. I looked it up, and interestingly, it's called Orange and Blue by an obscure 60s band called Nirvana. Huh. Kurt Cobain, eat your heart out. When Magic's having her hallucinations, the original song in the background was Lucy in the Sky of Diamonds by the Beatles. Oh, okay, because that song by the 60s Nirvana's kinda sounds a little bit like a Lucy in the Sky of Diamonds ripoff. I imagine that's what they were going for. I want Johnny Vegas to be our next Prime Minister, or would that be Pie Minister with the HP sauce? I mean, couldn't hurt at this point. Just wondering, if Jamie in Benidorm is Troy's son, why is he calling him by his first name? Some people just call their parents by their first name, especially people who don't have strong relationships with their parents and don't really, have that bond. Some people just do that. And even people who do have the bond, some people just refer to their parents by their first name. Hi Noah, what happened to your Rumble account? I subscribed and it vanished. Keep up the good work. I'm not calling you a liar, not at all. But I'm not even 100% on what Rumble is. And I definitely don't remember making an account. It's possible I did. If it's an obscure website, then maybe I did when I was looking for an alternative after, maybe when I was looking for some kind of alternative before I found VO. But I have no memory of that. Thanks, Noah. After that space episode, I'm going for my attic looking for a copy of Resident Evil 3 that I suddenly want to play. Have you ever played the remake? It's alright. It's a bit short, but it's pretty good. I'll tell you what, though, even though there were 2 of them, Gemini only won the Pinball and Robot Wars by 10 points. That's just 2 of the barrels. Show you what an amazing job both Kilohertz and Spawn Scudder did, I think. Oh yeah, they both did tremendous jobs, but Gemini being in that was still bullshit. It's been a mystery among fans why Hypnodisc gets blocked by the current franchise holders. We presume it's because there's an official DVD release under Battle History up to Series 5, and then why do Chaos 2 and Razor, who also DVDs made, get allowed? I don't know. All I know is the claim, it's from the same people who own the show, but it's a worldwide block claim, and it's titled Best of Hypnodisc. So, yeah, I don't know why them, but for whatever reason, that one's blocked. Robot Wars spends too much time interviewing people. You really feel it once the mini tournaments are done, because you don't really feel it that much when they got, the Sumo Basho and the Pinball Warrior tournament going on. But once those are over, you really do feel the grind of the interviews. I don't know if you plan on doing more Robot Wars after the series. I realize it's a long commitment, but if you do, check out the first series to reboot Series 8, I believe, because there's a large gap between it and the previous series. Technology has improved a lot, making new robots faster, stronger, more devastating. Might do that. I think currently planning on doing Series 5 at some point after I finish 4, but could look at the newer one as well. I previously said in that one episode that your opinion on damage would be severely tested. This was it. I can't be right that Firestorm flips Dominator 5 times and Dominator wins on damage for poking 2 tiny holes. Well, I agree with you. Dominator shouldn't have won. I don't care because Firestorm shouldn't have been there in the first place. But yeah, Dominator shouldn't have won. Maybe as fans have similar feelings towards Firestorm versus Bolt from the Blue that you have towards Stinger versus Panic Attack fight. Bolt from the Blue had an effective design, having such low ground clearance, but was boring to watch because it couldn't do much either. It was slow, its lifting arm can only be used 2-3 times per fight, and spent most of the fight staying in the middle of the arena around to point the wedge at Firestorm. Whether you agree with the decision or not, I'm glad the more entertaining robot went through. Imagine Bolt from the Blue versus every robot in Series 4. The only entertaining fight I could think of would be Bolt from the Blue getting white wrecked by Hypnodisc. Well, counterpoint, Firestorm is also boring. So, the 2 semifinal episodes are widely seen as 2 of the best episodes of the classic series by fans. Where do you rank them in terms of episode you reacted to? I thought they were alright. I thought they were alright. I don't know if they really stood out aside from that Dominator decision and Chaos 2 just doing some more wreckage, but I thought they were alright. If you were a school kid in 1995, chances are you somehow knew the dance routine to Wigfield's Saturday Night, the dance that all the partygoers are doing in the Dairy Girls episode. Despite having nothing to do with the artist, it just spread around Europe and went viral without the use of the internet. It barely lasted 1 year, though. It was crushed under the global juggernaut that was the Macarena. Oh man. Dread it, run from it. The Macarena arrives all the same. Alright, y'all, that's gonna do it for another episode of Reading Your Comments. The comments in this video were pulled from the following videos. Reading Your Comments 194, which came out last week. American reacts to Benidorm's 19 and 20, Spaced 3, Robot Wars both 16 and 17, and Dairy Girls 4. If you want a chance to get your comment read in next week's episode of Reading Your Comments, the videos to comment on are as follows. This video, the Cursed Commercials reaction, which came out yesterday, the reaction videos that come out tomorrow, and then the one that come out, there's no one on Tuesday this week because it's the 1st, but then the ones that come out Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. That is it though for me today. Those are the videos to comment on if you want a chance to get your comment read in next week's episode of Read Your Comments. But that's it for me today. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, be sure to leave a like. If you didn't like it, don't. If you want to follow any of my social media links, my Twitch, where I stream every single day, my second channel for streaming is my Twitter. If you want to follow me, my Patreon. If you want to support me on my daily motion, all those things are in the video description down below, as well as the Twitch VODs channel and a community Reddit. If you didn't know, also you can be Patreon on me for as low as $1 or £1, and you get access to reaction videos as well as review comments up to a day early, sometimes more. And as mentioned, you get your name in a video description as well. With all that being said, though, my name is Tab16. It's been my episode 195, or almost a 200, wow, of Reading Your Comments. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.